So I had went to Tom Thumb to get this apple pie. It's like an apple pie, it's really like an apple filled coffee cake, if that makes sense. So let's just say it's apple pie. So it was good either way. I am a sweet tooth fanatic, I guess I would say. So while I knew why I went to Tom Thumb. And then as soon as I walked in there, there was this lady. I don't know, I saw her park, but I'm not even with her. I just came for the pie. They about to close. And I mean, I know I'll be staying up to like 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, and then I wake up at like noon-ish. So I figured, I've been cutting calories, so I've been pretty strict on my not diet because dieting is like temporary, but just eating well. I've been doing really good about eating well. But not today. I'm gonna finish the apple pie before tomorrow. I'm not gonna hold you. I've been good. Either who, lady walked in. She was going in, but I saw her part. I don't know. She locked her door. That's it. She locked the door because I mean, people meet me in real life. They don't fucking know what I do. I just black person, red hair. I live in the suburbs. I talk regular though. I'm speaking to her. Not really. I'm really trying to cut in front of her to go into the store fast because she was walking kind of slow. I'm like, all right, well, we had got to the door at the same time. Fucking door's locked. It's locked, and then there's like a cart in front of it on the inside, right? So, we live in the suburbs. We're like, ha ha ha. She's like, yeah, I hate when they do that. And I'm just like, yeah, me too. And then I say, she's like, yeah, I don't understand why they do that. Like, I was like, yeah, right. Like, because if I was somebody that was just going to steal, I would just steal out the other door. So I'm thinking the shit is funny. I think I scared her though, because she already seen a little suspect over there when she was parking. I wouldn't even know where near her. She just saw me park. I was like on the other row, but in front of her row. You know what I'm talking about? And we got to the door at the same time. Shit was awkward. Made a little awkward casual conversation, and then I made it more awkward. Hint, story of my life. But either way, that's I be thinking it's funny, but I have a darker sense of humor. My daughter also has a darker sense of humor. My dad-in-law has a darker sense of humor, but some people they don't understand the way that we get entertained, I guess, right? What the fuck is that? Oh, it's just ash. Don't worry about that. I'm not drinking no poison, y'all. I got scared though. So I guess it brings me to say it's just like they just because I think one way and this person thinks one way and this person thinks another way, it doesn't necessarily mean we're all gonna get the same concept of lady, I'm just kidding. You know what I'm talking about? Because some people get the joke, some people don't. Some people would have laughed their ass off just like I did because I was really in the store for one item and it was $7 fucking. Lady, I'm not gonna say stealing this pie didn't cross my mind, but come on now, I ain't got time to go to jail for no goddamn $7 pie. So, I mean, I get that concept of I don't look like anything that I've been through, and I don't look like who I am right now, if that makes sense. But I've been free since I was 24 years old, but it's just because like I told you, like, you guys can look back on the videos, but I grew up into a different way of thinking because I don't know, I just always ended up doing the opposite of what my family does because it's like I knew they weren't where I wanted to be, if that makes sense. So it comes with a level, I would say, like a responsibility of making sure that how do you say this? Like people don't harm themselves unknowingly when it's just like it's almost like you baby proofing the world for people. That's what I'm gonna do tonight. I'm gonna baby proof my groups, and I'll let you guys watch me do it because it comes with the aspect of when I say trading is a business, you kind of gotta think about trading as a business owner. You know how Walmart before 2020 used to be 24/7 for real, like overnight everything. That was my favorite type of Walmart. So by the time 2020 happened, they had a reason to really cut their employees, if that makes sense. They had to anyway because of just not being right in front of each other with the pandemic going on, shit like that. But it's just like they realized that they could still get people to work and not have to pay them as much. So like paying people for being open 12 hours instead of paying people for being open 24 hours. People not actually working 24 hours. I don't know if y'all was like me when I was working, but I used to just duck the fuck off and hide until somebody was looking for me, if that makes sense. So it's just like it's like trading is works the same way. It's kind of like you got to make a decision to where it's just like, okay, let me baby proof this market for my thought process so that I can make money from it. Let me baby proof this business so that um I don't know, like it's just like the CEO mindset versus the founder mindset. It's the mindset of me making my first million to my fifth million to on my journey to 100 million. You know what I'm talking about? It's like shit like that. It's just like it's the same thought, but it's a different process. You don't necessarily want to reinvent the wheel because that's not what I do. I don't believe in reinventing the wheel. I believe in spinning that bitch the fastest, but I also don't believe in like the democracy part of like the group mentality of trading, if that makes sense, because if 95% of the traders are unprofitable and they don't have the results that it takes to change my mindset behind a certain aspect, then technically it's like, let me say it like this, like back in the day I would want more participation in the group, but now it's like I have the mindset of is more effort on their side, and I don't necessarily need to babysit that side. Like I don't need to monitor that side as in depthly as I used to, because it's like people gotta think of that aspect too. If I just started opening up to you guys and you guys don't realize that I was a parentified child, so it's like now taking the knowledge of me being a parentified child, I was always overdoing my part in people's lives, in business and relationships and everything, right? So now it's like I'm just now learning to kind of back off a little bit, if that makes sense. Back off to the point of it's just like I could be here for you, but if you're not there for yourself first, then it's just like, okay, I don't need to deal with that. So it's like what I've been telling my group, my my group mentorship is things is going to change. Like it's always been the aspect of a lifetime membership, but throughout the lifetime you're supposed to be able to evolve too, kind of like Pokemon, Digimon, everything, the caveman, the dinosaurs, the fucking walking to driving cars, the evolution of things. You got to be able to evolve. And when I start getting into environments and I realize that people aren't evolving, if I'm there too long and they not evolving, then it's only a matter of time. I'm gonna be sitting there stuck too. So that's not something that I want to do. So it's just like my mindset is if 95% of traders are unprofitable and you're learning how to get profitable, then you don't necessarily need a voice in the group, if that makes sense, because it's almost like it's distracting to you. And it's like, mm, I mean, this was like my first year coming back for real, if that makes sense. Like coming back around mentoring because I had already took like 8, 9 months off and I came back November 2025, but I had left like end of March going into April 2025. And then, I was still trading the whole time. I just wasn't necessarily teaching. It was a good break, but then it put into perspective a different set of eyes of what could change, what could be better, what I like and what I don't like, if that makes sense. And then the best thing that I heard Shit, the best thing I heard like a few months ago was actually about Jeff Bezos, and he was talking to one of his CEOs of his company, and his CEO was talking about how he was so stressed and la la la, la, yada yada yada. He was talking about he's so stressed, and then Jeff Bezos was basically like, "Well, I mean, you're the CEO of my company, so it's just like you got to understand that anything that you like, don't like, it that stresses you out, like the people, the psychiatric side of things." Like me, I used to be real anxious, and people be like, "Oh, you should just go get some medicine for it." Sometimes that anxiety is telling you to change some shit around, but I'm aware enough to understand that to where it's just like people would rather medicate the situation instead of dealing with the feelings that they're having because those feelings, in my perspective, is telling you to do something different, make a different choice. It's just like the same in the market. When the market is low, it doesn't necessarily mean that like Walmart. If the Walmart stock is low, it doesn't necessarily mean the lights is off and they not opening. You know what I'm talking about? They still open every single day if their stock is low. It just means that they're going through like a restructuring period, and then once their systems are all aligned again, then it's a bounce off. So I mean, over time, it's not something that needs to happen as often, but in corporate shit change fast. I used to work in restaurants, just change fast all the time. Papa though was the most corporate restaurant I worked in. Shit was changing all the time, and you was either getting with the program, your ass was not finna work here no more. You can't act right, you're not finna work here no more. That's what they told me, and I didn't work there no more. But if I imagine that if I would have stayed working there, I would have probably been there the rest of my life like everybody else there. I still go up there eat some time, and most of the people that I used to work with, they still fucking there. It's cool. I can't complain because they making six figures a year for sure. Because I was making it, and I was like 19, 20 years old. So it's just like I bring that mindset of being a shark as an employee, a shark as a server, shark as a waitress, just a shark in business. Well, I mean, shit, working for somebody else's business, being a shark, and then being a shark in my day-to-day life because I got book smarts and street smarts, and then being a shark in business because I understand that it's not a democracy in order to make $100 million. It's a matter of spinning the wheel the fucking best, and you don't necessarily have to make everybody happy, but if a good majority is happy, that's good enough because it's like it only works if the CEO is not stressed out. So it's a matter of being a CEO. Well, technically, the founder is the first CEO, but the CEO works in the business and the founder is out of the business. You know what I'm talking about? Working on the business, not in the business. So it's like me as a parentified child, it was hard for me to figure out the difference. Just like sometimes y'all be trying to figure out what kind of trader y'all are. Scalp, intraday, or swing trader. Swing traders just hold longer. They know the rules the best. You know, shit, for this 100 to 150K challenge, well, I'll just make another video to talk about that, but that account gone. That shit, it just blew. I was just talking about how I ain't blowing on account since March 28th. And then that shit said, oh, you ain't blowing account since March 28th? Blow her shit. I don't give a fuck because it's just like nothing stopped. At the end of the day, it's like if I call the plug and say I want a QP and it's $100 or whatever it is, well, you know, I don't know the terms of it, but whatever it is for $100, then $100 is still spent. In this case, my $100 lasted 2, 3 weeks, damn near 3 weeks. So now it's like, all right, well, I still got to get 750,000 by June, so let's go ahead and do that shit again. So you kind of got to be thick skinned with it, and that's the most annoying part about swing trading because it's like, damn, we really was holding that trade for the damn near 3 weeks, and the shit is gone now. It's just like, damn, bitch, stop. But we'll look at that in a second. But yeah, CEO, you just change whatever is making you feel any kind of way. If I feel like there's a better way to serve y'all that's gonna also make it easier on my life, that's what I want to do. So my thought process was, okay, it's not really a democracy when it comes to trading within groups because the answer is only buy and sell, buy and sell. Now, if this person thinks differently, and this person looking at small time frames, and this person thinking differently, this person looking at the higher time frames, this person thinking differently, this motherfucker using dinosaurs and the satellites and shit like that. It's just like, why the fuck we all gotta talk to each other? We just gonna sit here and confuse each other. And the first couple of years of my journey, that's really what was happening. Is I didn't understand what was going on, so I'm listening to also like other motherfuckers that also don't know what's going on. So now it's like, I mean, I just came back, so everything's kind of brand new. Mostly I got old students, and then I got new students coming in, shit like that too. But before all the new students get here, I'm also change what I like and don't like because it's just like there's a method to the madness, if that makes sense. So it's just like trading is thinking like a business, but business and trading is one in one. It's like you don't necessarily want to be in the business. You don't necessarily want to be working all the time. So it's just like how can you make things where the business runs with you and without you? And it's just a matter of the mentorship only makes sense if I'm sharing my charts because I've been the only one sharing my charts anyway. Nobody is talking in like the student groups. So it's just like I get that no one's talking in student groups, but y'all probably not talking because y'all don't even fucking, I don't know if y'all studying or not. But either way, you know, we trade most weeks together. So it's like the only thing that makes sense if I'm the only one sharing my charts anyway, then it's like I restructure the student groups to where it's just like maybe it's a level of comfortability of y'all just need to watch me share my charts anyway because most of y'all have been with me for years to months at a time, right? So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna some of y'all gonna like it, some of y'all not, but either way, it's gonna make the learning process easier on some people and shit, it's better for me that way anyway, because y'all not talking to that anywhere. So let's just look at one side instead of four different sides of it. You know, so yeah, let's do that real quick. 1 second. All right. Sorry, I take a little break there. A little water break, a little power break, you know. All right, so this right here is my free group. You guys should be able to join that in the link in the bio. This group is free. It's really the mentorship groups we're going to transition around just to kind of make things a little smoother for the systems because honestly, it's just like business is really just about systems. But it's just like business is about systems and then trading is about systems. So people hear the word bot and then they go like, "Oh my God, I don't like bots. I'm afraid of bots." But bots is what's going to make your life easier. Bots is nothing more than the evolution of the horse. If that makes sense, horse-drawn carriage to take in the car, that's the evolution. The bot is nothing more than me typing in what I'm entering, if that makes sense, to me just entering and then it's connected to my accounts on MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5, and Liquid. You know what I'm talking about? And then it just gets to you guys faster. It's fast. It allows faster execution. That's all bots are. Like my bots, at least. I'm not speaking on everybody bots. Kind of everybody got different shit. So let me just say that my bots are hooked up to my accounts. I don't know what everybody else bot is, but I can't speak for everybody. I'm not gonna worry about everybody. I'll let you do that because you're really supposed to be worried about yourself and you're not doing that. So that's what you get anyway. But this is the free group right here. Yeah, look at that. Y'all ever seen that show, How I Met Your Mother? He's like, yep, that's me. This was me at about 3 o'clock today. I was like, yes, guys, I haven't blown an account since March 28th. And now that bitch is gone. Can't do nothing about it. I wish it wasn't because I'm like, damn, bitch, that was like 3 fucking weeks. But oh well. All we could do while we're waiting is go ahead and get all the other systems in place so that the next ride is even smoother. Um, it's just fucking Saturday. I'm finna start executing on Saturdays. That bitch is, oh my God. That shit is crazy. Either who. All right, let's get to it. So, the mentorship groups are what we're changing. We're gonna make a new channel, paste. We'll fix that. Public, private, save. Um, do 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 do. Woo, 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 woo. Oh my goodness. Skip. I was like, what the fuck? I don't know what I was gonna do. My bad. That was my first time doing that one. Um, okay, and then now I gotta do the crypto one. I was so confused. But just like y'all be confused, that was y'all for probably first time trading. But it's just like just because something is new to you doesn't necessarily mean that you should just not do it because it's really gonna make your life easier. Like think about it. Who doesn't want more money? I'm not gonna say who has an income issue because not a lot of people have an income issue. Some people do, but not a lot of people do. Not a lot of people I talk to anyway lately. It's not an income issue, but who can always use more income? Everybody can always use more income. So when you think about it, it's just like the one thing that people want is more time, even me. And that's one thing that we can't create more of. So it's just like making more money and the money's working for you. You just got to understand the value of assets and the purpose of assets in this world, if that makes sense. Um, new channel. Let me do that. Copy paste. So this is just going to be a matter of what I'm going to send out to my um mentorship group. I'm going to have them join these links, and then this is going to help run smoother. Ooh, let's see. Okay. Manage channel. Won't, 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 don't, 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 don't. Okay, off. We're just gonna look through all these settings real quick. I'm just gonna let y'all do it with me because trading and business is the same thing, and ministry is the same thing. Ministry is 24/7, trading is 24/7. It's not trading is not 24/7. It's the mindset that's 24/7. The mindset of trading is 24/7, and the business mindset is 24/7. And that is exactly why they correlate with ministry is 24/7. So if you can't understand that correlation between just those three different things I just said, business, trading, and ministry, no matter what you believe in or not, over here we believe in God. I'm not gonna tell you what to believe in. Don't come on my shit telling me nothing else either, because I'm not gonna listen. I'm gonna click that block, block that motherfucker, block that motherfucker, God. Either who. Let me look through this shit before my ass get distracted again. Fuck this up. Okay, let's say, do I want that to look like that? I do like purple. Apply style. What the fuck? Okay, I want to try and do all of this work today. Hang on. Let me just, okay, that's not what I thought it was. I thought it was going to be like the groups to where I got these on the side, weekly, seven figures chat, the recordings, and then master Shifu results. We need the analysis. That's what y'all need to follow because technically if y'all got the analysis, y'all need to be marking your charts like mine. You know what I'm talking about? And that y'all can compare off of that because y'all need to be comparing and contrasting not to each other, but to me because I'm doing it right. All right, so this is what we're going to do. All right, discussion, private. Okay, we can save that. Mm, that's not it. Auto translate, sign messages. Oh, administration. Do. So we just baby proofing. Okay. I mean, I think that looks good, honestly. Save. All right. So that's the channel. Let me make sure I'm not missing nothing. 86. Visible topics. Do we not get topics on this other one, or that's just for the groups? I think that's just for the groups. That's fine. We don't necessarily need the other ones. Y'all are not using those anyway. Because I can send videos and charts in this other one. Y'all definitely not chatting, so we ain't got to worry about that. Y'all not talking anyway. Don't even get mad about it. Y'all ain't been talking all year. I've been talking, so now I'm just gonna talk a different way to make it easy on everybody because lifetime is lifetime, but it's the course that's the lifetime. My time, I'm tired of people wasting my goddamn time. They'll sign up in 2020, fuck off for 4 to 5 years, and then in 2027, they're gonna be like, hey, can I? I'm gonna be like, hey, can you please? No, please, God, no, because why? Why is y'all ass not paying attention? I'm not finna we're fucking repeating myself. Go through these motherfucking charts. That's what we finna do. Um, I'll get the other stuff later. I think okay. So I think that's it. So that's what we're gonna do. That there is gonna make things a lot easier because we're just gonna share charts in this one, and y'all can compare and contrast from there. But it's really the experience is changing, and it's gonna be more effective because you don't need to talk to each other, nor are y'all talking to each other, right? So it's just like I don't believe in that shit anyway. If you got chefs in the kitchen that don't need to use seasoning salt, then do they need to be in the kitchen? I don't need them in my kitchen. We need people that use Lowry's, black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, onions, actual garlic, actual onions, some lemon. Shit, everything I just named could go on anything all the time. So that's what I'm saying. People gotta, in order to cook in my kitchen, you gotta kind of think that way too. Of that little mix could go on anything every time. It's like celery, onion, bell pepper, anything every time. So that's the only way it works. If the chefs are similar, then you want to do that. But when I got people that join me and they're like, "Oh, I came from ICT," and then they not disciplined yet or consistent yet and trading one certain way, and they came to me to learn how I flip these accounts and losses or whatever aside. I come and flip these accounts and I show proof of it. And that's why you are here. So then it's just like I have to be able to help you focus even more. So how do I help someone focus more than they are? I have to basically mold you into a different human by basically giving you no other choices. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's like if I give you the choice of A and B, there's no C. You gonna be like D, and it's just gonna say A and B, and then you like E, and then you gonna look at yourself like you stupid. Eventually, you gonna be like, why the fuck did I say E? Exactly. Why the fuck did you say E? But that's what it is. So I think this is gonna help my mentorship become even stronger because I'm really giving it to where y'all have no other choice but to trade this way. There's no other distractions but to trade this way. And then if there is a distraction, it's outside of my group. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah. I like that idea. I like the evolution of what I think the excellence is going to be for this, but you can't be afraid. You can't be afraid to change. You can't be afraid to pivot. The market, you got to pivot too. Like, technically, not every market is a swing market, and I'm getting cooked right now. But am I really getting cooked? Like, not really, because we just kept $100 account. Not even 100. It was a $60 account. We kept that bitch alive for about 3 weeks. So, and next setup, if you want my mentorship, y'all finna see me implement these changes. I'm finna send y'all the group links shortly. Oh shit. I'm finna change the group links because I forgot I was making it on here. And then I'm gonna send it to you shortly. So we don't get no crazy people in the group. But if you do want to join the mentorship, just reach out. Cut your discount 1,500 if you sign up this week, March. Oh, I'm sorry, April 12th through the 17th. If not this week, you'll have to sign up when the site goes up. I'll catch y'all later.